This is William Michael of the Classical Liberal Arts Academy, and in this talk I'd like to discuss the Classical Catholic Homeschool curriculum. Our curriculum is gaining popularity as homeschooling becomes a popular choice for Catholic families who want to provide a personalized, faith-based education to their children. The Classical Catholic Homeschool curriculum emphasizes a deep understanding of language, reasoning, communication, and mathematics as the foundation for all academic pursuits in the Catholic life, and this includes the study of scholastic philosophy and Catholic theology. In this discussion, we will consider the contents and the value of the Classical Catholic Homeschool curriculum, and make sure you pay careful attention to each of those 4 words. It's the Classical Catholic Homeschool curriculum. Let's discuss this in some detail. First of all, it is a curriculum. It is a curriculum. Modern schools arrange students into groups based on their birth dates. They purchase books for them to study in disconnected subjects and give them grades. They do not have a real curriculum. Likewise, homeschool programs are organized like the modern schools and sell bundles of disconnected books because they do not have a real curriculum. They do not have a curriculum. The first and most important thing to know about the Classical Catholic Homeschool curriculum is that it is a real curriculum. What does that mean? A curriculum is not a list of disconnected subjects, but a course of study. In fact, the word curriculum refers to this course. It is a course of study that begins in a child's youngest days and continues steadily and in an orderly manner through to the end of his studies. A real curriculum has a true beginning, middle, and end. And every piece of the curriculum works with the others to lead the student to the goal. The students themselves can explain what role each part plays and how it is helping them to the end of their studies. The Classical Catholic Homeschool curriculum is a real curriculum. That's the first thing to know about the Classical Catholic Homeschool curriculum. It is a real curriculum. Secondly, it is a homeschool curriculum. Not only is it a real curriculum, it is a homeschool curriculum. Many homeschool families don't think about this, and it's most important. The classical Catholic homeschool curriculum is a homeschool curriculum. What does that mean? Modern schools are designed to serve large numbers of students who are sorted into groups of the same age. Modern homeschool catalogs sell lesson plans that serve this modern grade level system of the public schools, but this is not appropriate for a homeschool family. A homeschool family is not made up of groups of children of the same ages, divided into grade levels. A homeschool mother serves a small number of children, and each is a different age. It is nothing like a modern school. And the books and lesson plans of a modern school will not serve the homeschool family well. These programs may call themselves homeschool programs, but they are not designed to serve a homeschool family. The classical Catholic homeschool curriculum is a homeschool curriculum. It is a homeschool curriculum. It provides for children in a family to work in the same subjects at their own pace. A homeschool mother should not try to manage dozens of different grade level books with her children studying separately. She should lead her children together through subjects that extend through years of study. The family should study together. Only such a program can rightly be called a homeschool curriculum. So the second important point about the classical Catholic homeschool curriculum is that it is a true homeschool curriculum. The third important thing to focus on is that it is a Catholic homeschool curriculum. The classical Catholic homeschool curriculum is a Catholic homeschool curriculum. Most modern school publishers are seeking to make money by supplying school supplies to the large state-funded public schools. They've been doing that since the late 1800s. These books are not Catholic books, but are written by secular authors for secular schools. Modern Catholic schools use these secular books because there's nothing else being printed. All of the money that the publishers can make is to be made from the secular state-funded schools. And it's very difficult to get books published for schools that aren't intended for the public schools. Homeschool programs, since they have no real curriculum, as I explained before, they bundle books together from all different sources, some secular, some Catholic, some Protestant. Despite this obvious confusion, they box them up and sell them together as a Catholic homeschool curriculum, but they are no such thing, and Catholic parents know that. Catholic parents can't explain what their homeschool children are doing with books that are published by secular or even Protestant authors. Why would any Catholic family go through all the work of establishing a homeschool only to teach their children from study materials that have never been studied or recommended to us by the saints? It makes no sense. Fortunately, the classical Catholic homeschool curriculum doesn't follow this error, but provides students with a complete system of study materials that have been studied, taught, and praised by wise men and saints throughout history. They have been used by Catholic students for centuries. There is never a moment when a family studying the classical Catholic homeschool curriculum will ever have to read anything that is not in agreement with Catholic teaching. It is a thoroughly Catholic homeschool curriculum. This is the third important point about the classical Catholic homeschool curriculum. It is a Catholic homeschool curriculum from beginning to end. Fourthly, it is a classical Catholic homeschool curriculum. Not only is it a Catholic homeschool curriculum, as important as that is, but it is also a classical Catholic homeschool curriculum, and this is very important. It's no secret that modern society is terribly troubled. Without even mentioning the sexual and racist propaganda being pushed on children, modern schools are failing today because they are constantly being disturbed by fads and politics. Every teacher has his own theory about how children should be raised and taught, though he has no children of his own. Catholic schools often require that teachers have modern teaching licenses, but not that they be members of the Catholic Church. All the treasures of the history of Catholic education have been lost, and we act as if we have no idea what to do. This is the folly of modern education. And homeschool programs only pretend to offer something different. The classical Catholic homeschool curriculum is free from all of this immorality, confusion, and corruption. It is timeless and trustworthy. The authors the children study every day are history's wisest and best men and women, models of virtue. The content of the books we study have been studied and refined for hundreds and hundreds of years. The methods of study are proven and give all students a clear path to success. Every student may pursue wisdom through the same excellent studies at his own individual pace. just as students did all throughout history. We can get into the details of what it really means for the classical Catholic homeschool curriculum to be classical, but it's sufficient to know that it does not make an experiment of our children's education. The fourth important thing to know about the classical Catholic homeschool curriculum is that it is classical. What's exciting in the Classical Liberal Arts Academy is that this curriculum that I've described, this classical Catholic homeschool curriculum, this curriculum is our curriculum. This curriculum is our curriculum. In the Classical Liberal Arts Academy, as you know, nothing looks like a modern school or homeschool program. We do not burden families with bundles of books and endless expenses. Enrollment costs a simple fee of $25 per month per child, everything included. We do not ask parents to separate their children into grade-level studies that make no sense in a home with siblings of the same family. We do not study books that were forbidden to be studied among Catholics when their authors lived. Books which replaced the books that were written and taught by saints before them. We do not chase after modern fads or try to keep up with the world, which does not seek first the kingdom of God or observe the traditions of the Catholic faith. In the Classical Liberal Arts Academy, we offer the one and only classical Catholic homeschool curriculum, and we can prove it. That's not advertising. That's not some marketing gimmick. In the Classical Liberal Arts Academy, we offer the one and only classical Catholic homeschool curriculum, and we can prove it. So when we consider what our children need in homeschooling, let's consider the 4 words that make up this phrase: classical Catholic homeschool curriculum. Make sure you understand what each of those 4 words means and why we have to make sure that all 4 of them are true of the homeschool education that we give our children. It needs to be classical, it needs to be Catholic, it needs to be appropriate for our homeschool, and it needs to be a true curriculum. If you'd like to get into this in more detail, I encourage you to just get in touch with me. I'd be happy to talk about this and get into all of the practical details. I know how important for parents it is to really have a confidence that you understand what needs to be done, and I'm happy to help you work through those things. I'd like to make sure that you have seen the free book that's available on our website titled Understanding Classical Catholic Education. If you haven't seen that yet, and you've been intrigued by this brief talk, I encourage you to get a free copy of that book on the Academy website. Just go to classicalliberalaarts.com/free-book, or just use the links on the front page of the website. Get a copy of that book. You'll find that helpful. There's a lot more information in there because, as I said, this is the one true and only classical Catholic homeschool curriculum, and we can prove it, and we have proven it. So I encourage you to take a look at that book, Understanding Classical Catholic Education. Another thing to look at on the Academy website, if you go to the top menu on the website, click on the curriculum link. And now that you've got these 4 key points of the classical Catholic homeschool curriculum in mind, read through that curriculum page, because I think it will begin to make more sense for you. And that should provide you with a good start to move forward in considering the Classical Liberal Arts Academy. But again, if you have any questions, you don't need to go digging around the website trying to find things. Just get in touch. You can email me anytime. My email address is simply mail@classicalliberalarts.com, mail@classicalliberalarts.com. And if you'd like to take some time and schedule a video meeting where we can have a consultation together, you can arrange for that on the Academy website. I'd be happy to sit and meet with you and talk through all the details. So I hope that's encouraging. I hope that gives you some hope that we can get back to the right road in this generation, and many families are doing so. I encourage you to continue learning and ask questions, because you can give your children a true classical Catholic homeschool education in the Classical Liberal Arts Academy. God bless.